Once upon a time, in a peaceful forest, there stood a cozy little cottage. Inside this charming home lived three bears: Papa Bear with his deep, rumbling voice, Mama Bear with her gentle, kind voice, and Baby Bear with his tiny, sweet voice. One sunny morning, the bears decided to make warm porridge for breakfast. As they stirred the steaming pot, they realized it was far too hot to eat right away. Papa Bear suggested, "Why don't we go for a walk while our breakfast cools down?" Mama Bear and Baby Bear nodded in agreement. As the bears set off on their stroll, the soft sounds of their footsteps faded into the gentle forest breeze. Birds chirped merrily in the trees, and leaves rustled softly in the wind. While the bears were away, a curious little girl named Goldilocks was wandering through the woods. She came upon the quaint cottage and peeked inside, her eyes wide with wonder. The door creaked open ever so gently as she tiptoed in, drawn by the delicious aroma of porridge. Inside, Goldilocks saw 3 bowls of porridge on the table. Her tummy rumbled, and she decided to try a taste. She picked up a spoon and dipped it into Papa Bear's bowl. "Oh!" she exclaimed softly, "this porridge is too hot." Next, she tried Mama Bear's bowl. "Mmm," she murmured, "this porridge is too cold." Finally, she tasted Baby Bear's porridge. A smile spread across her face as she whispered, "Ah, this porridge is just right." Goldilocks happily ate it all up, the soft sound of her spoon clinking against the bowl. After finishing her meal, Goldilocks noticed 3 chairs in the living room. Feeling a bit tired from her walk, she decided to sit down and rest. She tried Papa Bear's chair first. "Oh my," she said, "this chair is too hard." Then she sat in Mama Bear's chair. "Oh dear," she sighed, "this chair is too soft." Lastly, she settled into Baby Bear's chair. "Oh," she smiled, "this chair is just right." But as she leaned back, there was a sudden crack, and the chair broke into pieces. A little shaken, but still curious, Goldilocks made her way upstairs. There, she found 3 cozy-looking beds. Feeling sleepy after her adventure, she decided to lie down for a bit. She climbed onto Papa Bear's bed, but frowned. "This bed is too big," she said. Then she tried Mama Bear's bed. "This bed is too soft," she yawned. Finally, she curled up in Baby Bear's bed. She murmured, "this bed is just right." Before she knew it, Goldilocks had drifted off to sleep, her gentle snores mixing with the soft sounds of the forest outside. Meanwhile, the 3 bears were finishing their walk and heading back home. As they approached the cottage, Papa Bear's keen nose twitched. "Something smells different," he said in his deep voice. They entered their home and went straight to the kitchen. Papa Bear looked at his bowl and said, "Someone's been eating my porridge." Mama Bear peered into her bowl and added, "Someone's been eating my porridge too." Baby Bear's eyes widened as he looked at his empty bowl. "Someone's been eating my porridge," he said in his tiny voice, "and they ate it all up." The bears then noticed something amiss in their living room. Papa Bear's brow furrowed as he said, "Someone's been sitting in my chair." Mama Bear nodded, saying, "Someone's been sitting in my chair as well." Baby Bear gasped when he saw his broken chair. "Someone's been sitting in my chair," he said softly, "and they've broken it." Curious and a little concerned, the bears made their way upstairs. Papa Bear looked at his bed and rumbled, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed." Mama Bear noticed the wrinkles on her quilt and said, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed too." Baby Bear tiptoed to his bed and whispered, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed, and she's still here." Goldilocks stirred at the sound of Baby Bear's voice. She slowly opened her eyes and found herself face to face with 3 surprised bears. For a moment, everyone was very still and very quiet. Then Goldilocks sat up quickly and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. To her surprise, the bears didn't look angry. In fact, Baby Bear gave her a small, friendly smile. Papa Bear spoke first, his deep voice gentle. It's all right, little one. But it's not nice to enter someone's home without permission. Mama Bear nodded, adding kindly, and it's important to respect other people's belongings. Goldilocks nodded, feeling both relieved and a little ashamed. You're right, she said. I promise I'll remember that from now on. She carefully got out of bed and smoothed down her dress. Baby Bear, his tiny voice full of curiosity, asked, Would you like to join us for a fresh batch of porridge? Goldilocks smiled brightly at the offer, but shook her head. Thank you, but I should be getting home. My family will be worried about me. The bears walked Goldilocks to the door. As she stepped outside, she turned and waved goodbye. Thank you for being so understanding, she said. The bears waved back, and Baby Bear called out, Come visit us again sometime, but knock first. Goldilocks giggled and set off down the path, the soft sounds of her footsteps mixing with the gentle birdsong. As she walked, she thought about what she had learned. She promised herself to always be kind, respectful, and careful of others' belongings back in the cottage. The three bears sat down to enjoy a fresh batch of porridge together. They talked about their unexpected visitor and how sometimes mistakes can lead to new friendships if we approach them with kindness and understanding. As the day turned to evening, the forest grew quiet. The bears tidied up their home, fixed Baby Bear's chair, and settled in for a peaceful night's sleep. And in her own bed at home, Goldilocks dreamed of her adventure, a small smile on her face as she remembered the kindness of the three bears. From that day forward, Goldilocks often thought of her experience in the little cottage. She grew to be a thoughtful and considerate young lady, always remembering the important lesson she learned in the heart of the forest. And so, as the stars twinkled above the treetops and a gentle breeze rustled through the leaves, the story of Goldilocks and the three bears came to a close. But the warmth of kindness and the importance of respect lived on, touching the hearts of all who heard this timeless tale. Good night, little ones. May your dreams be as sweet as Baby Bear's porridge, and may you always remember to be kind and respectful to others.